Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to HGACBuy's virtual open house. Today we have IPR with Justin Mountain, and I am your host, Joshua Cartier, and with me today is Christian Graven and Marlena Mack.
Good morning and welcome to HGACBuy's virtual open house. We know you have some very busy schedules out there, but you're here with us. I'm your host, Joshua Cartier, and this is my lovely co-host, Nicolette Greenhouse.
That's right, Josh. We're excited to share a little bit about HGACBuy and today's featured contracts with you. So let's get right into it.
Sure thing. Why don't we start with a little bit of trivia? If you know what HGACBuy stands for, drop it in the chat box below. I'll give you a hint. While our offices are located in Houston, Texas, we are a nationwide property purchasing program that have been operating for over 45 years.
That's right, Josh. As a contractor-funded program, we help thousands of local governments save millions of dollars by offering competitively bid contracts, all completely free. Going out to bid for our members not only saves them money, but a considerable amount of time.
Aha, and time is money. That's why we make the joining process very simple. We have the interlocal contract form on our website, and we'll be dropping links to that right now. We'll also be answering that trivia question for you guys. HGACBuy, helping governments across the country buy. That's what we do, and that's our name.
Yes, it is, Josh. Another important fact about HGACBuy is that we take pride in partnering with others to make the cooperative purchasing process simpler and more beneficial. For instance, current members of the Sacramento Area Council of Governments, Mid-America Regional Council, Baltimore Metropolitan Council, and the Municipal Association of South Carolina automatically become members of HGACBuy, and they do not have to complete the online ILC form. Additionally, all members of HGACBuy, regardless of how you join, can get the wonderful benefits of our collaboration with the National Cooperative Procurement Partners.
Wonderful, Nicolette. Speaking of those benefits, let's not forget that HGACBuy keeps all of our solicitation documents available for our members at their request. In addition, unlike most other cooperative purchasing programs, we ensure the compliance of all of our orders. When it comes time to be audited, that could be a lifesaver.
A lifesaver for sure, Josh. Well, that's all for us this morning. If you would like to learn more about HGACBuy or you would like to contact us, please download that contact card in the chat box below.
And as Nicolette said, that's all we have today, guys. Let's turn it over to our vendors.
Hope you folks enjoyed that. We actually really had a great time filming that. Mr. Justin, are you ready to turn it over, sir?
Yes, sure am.
All right, we're going to give Justin just a moment to share his screen.
Thank y'all so much for having me today. My name is Justin Mouton. I'm with Inland Pipe Rehab. We are the world's or the U.S.'s largest pipe rehab privately held company. We're one of the very few companies out there that does the three main technologies used in underground pipe rehab. We do EcoCast, which is what I'm going to really kind of hone in today on in my presentation. We also do CIPP and pipe bursting. There's my contact info below. If anybody has any questions, would like this presentation, I've got some other videos and other little handouts and pamphlets that I can email over. If y'all would like any more information, please shoot me a text, an email, phone call, anytime. So going on with our EcoCast. EcoCast is a geopolymer spray. It looks a lot like concrete, feels a lot like concrete. The good thing about EcoCast is it's actually harder than concrete, more flexible than concrete. And one of the cool facts about our geopolymer spray is that unlike concrete, you can stop and start at any point and not have cold joints. This technology is utilized in 36-inch and larger diameter pipes on the stormwater side and sanitary sewer side. The great thing with it is all you need is manhole entry access. There's absolutely zero digging. And if there are some collapses, we can actually go in ahead of time, fix the collapse, come back in, spray our product, and then you have your own fully structural rehabilitated pipe. EcoCast is actually, we have a proprietary spraying system We use it, it's centrifugally casted with this sled. You can see the picture on the right-hand side. I'm going to show a video next and talk a little bit about it. But this first slide you see is just kind of going over some of the technical specs. I could get very high level on that, but I'm not going to bore anybody with that because it can. But the neat thing is once you spray, the biggest thing you need to know is you only need roughly about an hour cure time. And then if, let's say, a rain event occurs, the mortar or the geopolymer will actually still cure underwater. So this is a very, very good product to use. We use a lot of it around City of Houston, City of San Antonio. We've done some work with TxDOT, Colorado DOT, all over the US actually with this product because it's such a good product. And once you spray it, it actually gives you a design life of 50 plus years, and that's coming from the Army Corps of Engineers. This video that I'm going to show, I'm going to actually cut the video down and start at a different place, but this is just kind of a basic setup of what it looks like. We've got our truck there, just a standard size box truck. We're set up over that manhole, but I really just with this video want to give a real good presentation of kind of what the sled and how the system
culvert
works.
And structural integrity.
Sorry.
On the end of the sled is a high-speed rotating nozzle. As the material is pumped to the sled, the nozzle casts the geopolymer material 360 degrees.
Mute that and I could talk about it. So basically we bring the sled into the downstream end. It's connected to a winch system, and depending on the thickness that we want to spray, we know how quickly we need and backwards with the nozzle rotating 360 degrees, spraying that geopolymer spray. And that's the patented that we have on the actual spraying of the material. And so it comes through, rehabs the whole pipe, and that's basically what a finished product looks like. And then we can actually release the flow back into it. And so again, it's just a really neat product. It goes in very easily on the larger systems. We actually can do it by hand. Just a quick process. First and foremost, we figure out where our access is on the pipe. We come in, we do a prep where we clean it. We do a make sure that we get any big bulk debris or anything out of the pipe. And then also we come in, we pressure spray it. Then we come back through, we spray our application. Once the application is sprayed and is dry, then we do a final walkthrough, make sure that we have any material samples that we need to send off for testing. And then the pipe again is fully rehabbed. And again, it's just a really neat product. And we basically are using the hose pipe as just that, a hose. Once it's sprayed, if the hose pipe actually deteriorates, our mortar is fully structural. So again, we just try to concentrate on 36 inches and larger because the size of the sled that we use to spray, that's where it seems to work best. Also, we do cured in place pipe, cast in place polyethylene liner. I know a lot of people know about this. This is probably one of the more widely used processes, this and pipe bursting that we do. This is just more of letting you know that our company does it. That way, if y'all got any questions or any needs, we're here to help. We are located all over the US with this, but here we are based out of Houston and cover all the southern states. And then pipe bursting as well. We can do anything from 4-inch really up to about 48 inches. This picture you see here on the slide on the right hand side is actually us doing a 42-inch pipe burst in the city of Dallas. And this is the only process out there to rehabilitate sanitary sewer and stormwaters where you can actually upsize the pipes to get more capacity. And so again, this has been around for ages. I'm not going to really go into a lot of depth on that. It's just wanting to let y'all know that this is something that we actually do and available to come out and to look at any projects, to kind of help out, help design. We have engineers that we can stamp designs if we need to. And that's really all I've got today. I appreciate y'all's time. I'll turn it back over. If y'all got any questions, please let me know.
All right, let's give Justin a round of applause. Justin, that was great, sir. I feel like I've actually learned something about Trenchless Pipe Rehabilitation. Not an expert like you, but thank you for giving me a little bit of information. Debbie has a question for you. Where are you working on the East Coast?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so we actually have our corporate office is out of Conyers, Georgia. And so we've got an office set up in Conyers, and then they cover pretty much Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and then we've got an office out of Baltimore that covers pretty much the Northeast, the rest of the Northeast quadrant. And then our fourth office, besides the one in Houston, is in the Great Lakes.
That's great. Debbie is in Baltimore, so that's perfect for her.
Yeah. No, up in Baltimore, I can tell you they do predominantly EcoCast and CIPP. They do actually no pipe bursting up there, but they do a lot of that geopolymer spray.
I had a question for you, Justin. I don't know if you had covered that and I missed it, but how long does this polymer spray typically last?
So we have design life from the Army Corps of Engineers of 50 plus years.
Oh, wow.
So you can basically take a pipe that has ran its course. Let's say it's been in the ground for 30 years. We can come in and spray it, and you're ultimately adding another good 50 years to that pipe life.
Basically a lifetime warranty on that.
For sure. And it's a lot more cost effective, obviously, from digging and replace. You're not disturbing the environment around. Like I said, the only access we need is manhole entry. And so it's just, and honestly, you're going to save a lot of time, which everybody knows time is money. So
this is very true. So with that polymer spray and the sled was actually pretty cool. Have you guys ever tried to ride the sled, going backwards, or is that just me being childish?
No, I mean, it's in all honesty, while we're spraying, it didn't show in that we always have a man in there with the sled to make sure A, that the sled doesn't fall over, and B, that everything is working as it should. And so I don't know if I've never asked one of the guys. I'm pretty sure it'd be a safety issue, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't tell me. But
OSHA does not have to know.
I could see where you want to jump on and just take a ride. You don't have to walk back to the pipe.
Debbie was wondering if the city of Baltimore is already a client of y'all's.
I'm pretty sure they are. I tell you what, Debbie, I don't know if you got my contact info. Shoot me an email, and what I could do is actually put you in touch with our business development manager that covers that area. I think he actually lives in Baltimore. And I know we've done a lot of work with actual Washington, D.C. And those clients, but I mean, it would be hard for us to not be a client of Baltimore when our office is there.
And she had another question, which is actually a very good question. Is this good for drinking water pipes?
So we don't do anything with on the clean water side. I know that there are materials and solutions as to this one out there. Since we don't really do on the drinking clean water side, I don't know if we meet the standards. I don't see why we wouldn't. I just do know on the clean water side that you've got to follow some different regulations, but we stick with the sanitary sewer and stormwater side.
So essentially, this is the water that's being carried away from the city, like all of our waste and, nasty bits. This is what your pipes will be carrying.
Correct. Everything that needs to go in to get treated to become clean again.
So does this polymer leave any kind of residue? I mean, if it's going to a treatment facility, I suppose it's not that big of a deal, but I am kind of curious.
No, no residue. Kind of like I said, just the best way I like to describe this product is think of somebody spraying a pool with shotcrete. And really, it looks a lot like that. And then once it cures, I mean, it's hard, like concrete, like I said. But again, it's a little bit more flexible. It's actually harder. We've got all the data to back it up. And so there's no residue. If we're doing corrugated metal pipes, I didn't mention this. I was trying to keep my presentation to 5 minutes, but with corrugated metal pipe, we can actually keep the corrugations in there, or we can do what we call a gun barrel finish, where it's completely smooth. It just kind of depends on the owner, their preference. I will tell you, even if we keep the corrugations with the geopolymer, you're going to have better coefficients, and so you're actually going to get better flow. than you would have gotten on just that raw corrugated metal pipe. So even though you're not necessarily increasing the size of the pipe, you're actually going to get better better flow, better coefficients, and so therefore you've almost increased your pipe capacity.
All right, that's great to know.
Yeah, and I've got I've got plenty of video clips. I've got some inserts, some little email trifolds, things that I can send out that, if you want to read more in depth, you can. For the pipe burst in the CIPP and the geopolymer, we've got some YouTube videos up connected through our company that you can watch as well. And I've also got pictures of final products kind of before and after. I do a presentation. Actually, I've been doing it this year on a project in Houston that saved the city of Houston ultimately $1 million, a big headache of closing down one of the main streets, and cut about 3 months off of a project as to going from open cut to our geopolymer spray of a line that runs through one of the main breads through down Houston, 60-inch storm drain line that we were able to do for them. We were able to complete the project start to finish in 2 weeks, as opposed to dig and replace. They were looking at about a 3-month schedule.
As a Houston native, I thank you, sir. You're
yeah,
a real hero.
It was going to shut down Memorial Drive going into downtown.
Oh no!
So that's basically it was the upstream end was at Spots Park and ran out to Buffalo Bayou right there, right under Memorial Drive.
Does anybody else have any more questions for Justin? I had one last question for him before I stopped gabbing all over the place. Nope, everybody's shy. Well, Justin, I was curious, what conferences are you going to? Maybe not this year, but next year, because we would love to, actually, see this in person if you guys do like that kind of demonstration at your conferences.
Yeah, so basically we attend UCT, Underground Construction Technology Association. I'm actually on the South Texas chapter board. I was actually just at Texas Water in San Antonio. We will be in WevTech this year, which is going to be held in New Orleans. I think it's around September, October. I know it's one of the 2 months. I just can't remember exactly when. So those are the main conferences that I attend. I know some of my counterparts are currently at No Dig, which I think is in Minneapolis. If No Dig is in an area that fits my territory better, I will absolutely be at that conference as well. And then there's some other conferences that some of my other counterparts attend that are different conferences, in Florida or Georgia or the Northeast or the Great Lakes. I'm just not 100% sure, but we try to attend most of the conferences, get our name out there. Sometimes we have a booth, sometimes we don't. UCT, I didn't have a booth, but I did do a presentation on that City of Houston project. It went really, really well. So we're just always trying to, have a presence out there and, let everybody know what we can offer, how we can help out. And again, one of our big things that we like to do is get out, with the customers. They've got a project they're looking at, actually sit down with them, talk about the project, maybe show them how we would set things up to kind of help design the project, what we think is best as we do it every day. And just any way we can help our services out to the engineers or the municipalities with the projects. That's another big part of our business.
Thank you, Justin. We really appreciate that, and hopefully we can get out to one of those conferences next year.
Yeah, let me know.
All right, everyone. I believe this wonderful show is coming to a close. Miss Marlena dropped the schedule for our remaining open houses this year. Please come to all of them. We would love to see you guys there. And we also dropped our conference schedule. If you guys are coming, please let us know.
And the last thing we're going to drop is some contact information in case you need to get in touch with anyone here at HGACBuy. But we really appreciate you guys coming, and feel free to, keep in touch with us or shoot us any questions that you guys have.
Thank y'all so much for y'all's time.